am back. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. Doing this layout for my little scrapbook store. And I did a little stamping, forgot to turn on my camera, but I wanted to show you. I used the stamp from Ink Blot Stamps available in the shop and these different Distress Oxide colors. I pulled these colors from Print Shop. So I kind of pulled a paper from Print Shop with these circles on it, and that is where I pulled my ink colors from. So I'm gonna fussy cut some of the circles out of that pattern paper and kind of border those down my strip of stamping. Now you can notice my stamping is not perfect in some areas, but I really don't mind. I feel like Print Shop allows, all Vicki Boutin products really allow for that little bit of imperfection to be in your mixed media and stamping. So I really don't stress when those things are not perfect. So I'm gonna line up these circles down the center and then kind of do my photo cluster to the right. I am scrapbooking some more pictures from my youngest son's 21st birthday, and I've got quite a few pages that I'm doing for his birthday. So this one I printed photos in a 3x4 size, and I'm just kind of orienting them in a block to the right side there. You'll notice the way I have it lined up, first off, when you see it, I should have taken a picture or something, but I ended up not lining them up that same way when I went to glue them down. That is something typical that happens to me. I just can't remember what I did. So, so unless I take a photo, I often will forget. But that's okay. It works out anyway. I'm going to just, well, you'll see. I cannot put anything down straight, y'all. And my first sticker that I put down, not this one, this is from the specialty sheet, that vellum. I fussy cut out that circle that says the best. Now these are some old chipboard stars that I found in my stash. So I'm just tracing them, and I have 3 different sizes, and I'm going to back them in 3 different pattern papers, like tone on tone pattern papers, and use those kind of as the base of each of my embellishment clusters. I'm only going to show you one of them here, but I just wanted to show you the process. I'm just going to fussy cut that out, and I'll do that for the rest of the stars as well. And I love how the stars turned out. I do. I did ink all of them. I kind of cut them around, then I used an emery board and sanded down the edges, inked the sides of the wood in the color that I inked them in, so that you couldn't see that bare wood on the side. So there's one of the finished stars right there. It's the blue one. You see I have all my little dome tips right there on the right, and I really need to find a better way to store those because it's kind of a mess, but that's what I got going for now. So I'm going to start gluing these down the sides. I am going to ink all of these up, and I think I used speckled egg for inking. It was either speckled egg or weathered wood. I can't remember, and I can't tell from the video. But I do, whenever I fussy cut something out, I do like to ink the edges because it kind of covers up your imperfections a little bit. And believe me, I am not a good fussy cutter. I'm just not, but that's okay, you know. Some people are really good and detailed at it. I'm not patient enough, I think, is my problem. So I'm going to lay these down, going down kind of the left third of the paper, and just gives a little, I don't know, I like how it goes with the stamping. Gives a little something extra with the stamping, and then you can see how I tied in the colors of the stamping from the colors in those circles. So this is from, I'm using all of Vicki Boutin Print Shop, It has been one of my absolute favorite collections, especially for boy and like young masculine layouts. I have three boys who are all in their 20s, and this collection has been perfect for scrapping a lot of our events with them. It is available in the shop. I purchased the Happy Scrappy bag, which kind of gets you everything, but Michelle also has things available separately as well. So I'll leave a link to the Happy Scrappy bag, and you'll also find all the individual items below in that same kind of area on the website. So here we go. I'm not lining these up at all the way I thought I was going to, but that's okay. It ends up working out, in the end anyway. I've got several photos here just of some group pictures and a fun photo of my husband and Jack doing, I don't know if they're doing a shot or their first drink. It might have been his first drink, being 21. So super fun. And it's funny because, my gosh, his hair is like so blonde and crazy there, and now he's got it all nice and short. So amazing how things change so quickly, and that is the great thing about having all of these photos documented, right? Like, our kids change so fast. Even when they get up in their 20s, they still change so fast. Here I realize I put that down the wrong spot, so I'm going to try to lift it up. I might have ended up borrowing, no I didn't, it ended up coming up. Usually I get my undo out. Some people had questioned me on a last video of what undo is, and it is a solvent that you can use to pick up like something sticky. So whether it be adhesive on the back of a photo or a sticker, and you just put a little bit under it, it loosens that adhesive up and still keeps it sticky so you can stick it back down. It's really wonderful. Definitely something that I think everyone should have in their stash, and it is photo safe. It does not ruin your photos either, which is awesome. Okay, now I'm going to rearrange it. This still is not the way I had it the first time around either, but it'll work out fine. And amazingly enough, I got all the photos straight on there. But I managed to put the sticker down below the photos crooked. It's really actually driving me crazy as I sit here and look at my layout. So I may be getting the undo out here shortly and fixing that sticker, because my goodness, I don't know if I didn't have my glasses on or what, you guys, because it's terrible. You'll notice it right away how crooked it is. Because I have so much going on in this paper, in this layout with the circles and then the stamping, I decided it would be best not to back my photos. Having such a big photo cluster, I think they still stand out. They're still the center of attention, but I thought by backing them, it might make that big cluster just too heavy. And I opted not to. I think you could go either way, honestly. It would be personal preference. But I, in the end, decided not to back them. So I'm going to use these stars as my basis for my cluster. So I put the largest star at the bottom. And I did that strategically because it's going to be visually the heaviest piece. And so I wanted that at the bottom, to put the weight at the bottom. And then I've got the green star at the top, and then over to the right, that kind of pinky salmon colored star. Y'all, the what's it called? The paperia from this collection is phenomenal. I really hope Vicki does more paperia for her future collections, because you get so much in there. And yes, they are thin, but so what? I love that they're thin, because they don't add bulk, but you can add so many fun layers. So that's what I'm doing now, is I'm taking all of these pieces from the paperia collection and just building up my clusters. I love that little ticket, brings in some of the green. And then up at the top, I do end up changing, I have a label up there, but I do end up changing that to, I think, something else, a tag or something like that. And then you'll find I'm going to cut things in half and put them in different places. I love the paperia so much. If you did not get that in your first go around, check it out in the shop. You really want it. It has big pieces that you can back photos in. I mean, it's just incredible. I'm super, super happy. Okay, now you can see super duper how crooked that is. It's killing me. I'm going to have to fix it, I'm sure. It's going to drive me crazy. Here's another one of those paperias. It says, it's a little notebook paper, and it says important reminder, and that is where I will do some journaling. I usually do not do my journaling when I'm creating a layout. I almost always go back later. Sometimes it's a year later, sadly, that I finally go back and do my journaling. But I need to change that this year. I really need to do my journaling and date everything as I go, because I've found when I'm going to put my layouts away, that stuff is not done, and then it kind of makes it more difficult putting stuff away and getting stuff put away in a timely manner. So yeah, I also wanted to tell you guys, look in the links below for all of our groups with My Little Scrapbook Store. We've got 2 different Facebook groups. One is called My Little Scrapbook Store Layouts and More, where we share inspiration. We have lives. You can share your layouts. We love to be inspired by the customers as well. And then we have another group where we host our free online crops. We do usually about 4 online crops a year at least. And you'll find those in the online crops page. So definitely go join both of those groups. They're really fun, really lovely ladies, and I think you'll find a lot of inspiration and just a lot of positivity, honestly. And who doesn't need that right now? Here I'm cutting apart one of those paperia pieces. I'm going to stick half of it up there at the top just to build that layer a little bit. And then half of it I'll stick here down at the bottom. I'm just trying to distribute different shapes, different colors, and textures among each layer. That's kind of my goal. And I'm not going to do much more here, guys. I'm going to bring in, I think I want to do this. It says 1, 2, 3, go. It's good colors, but honestly, I think it was just too much. I don't know. I suppose it could have worked. Doesn't look horrible, but I ended up just deciding not to do it, not to use that. So pretty soon here, I'm going to start gluing everything down, and then I'll come back in with some brads, which are super fun. Oh, here, yep, I'm going to add another layer. I wanted to bring some of that peachy pink up to that cluster. And I'm just going to use the top of that little tag again. I think I used almost all paperia stuff. That I'm swapping out those clips for one that is a little bit smaller, a little bit better scale. And then shortly here, I'm going to be bringing in these awesome brads, you guys. They are little beer mugs and beer bottles, and how perfect for a 21st birthday. Michelle has some really amazing brads in the shop, and this is one of the packs that I picked up. I love it. I just love a little bit of detail. Now, these brads, they're not super thick metal, which I like, and I actually just broke off the prongs on here and just used some dimensional adhesives to put underneath to glue them down, and it worked out perfectly. Sometimes I poke a hole in the paper and do it that way. I just didn't feel like doing that this time, and decided to break off those prongs instead. All right, I'm going to start gluing everything down, and then that really is not much more that I do to this layout. There's a lot going on, but I do feel like the 3 kind of clusters do help keep your eyes on the page. and keep your eyes also focused on the photos. I can tell you I'm definitely going to go in and use my undo and fix that super duper, because it is definitely going to drive me crazy. I need to bring out my T-square ruler more and use that. Also, one more thing, if you are not a customer of My Little Scrapbook Store, you've never placed an order, you can use my code. It's TISAREF, so TISA Ref, and I think it's TISA Ref 10 or just TISA Ref. I left it in the description box below. It's just TISA Ref, but it will save you 10% on your entire first order with My Little Scrapbook Store. So go check out the shop. Come join our groups. We'd love to see you over there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this process, and I hope you are loving Print Shop as much as I am if you have it. If you don't have it, oh my gosh, I think you need it, really, especially if you have young men in your life, because it truly is such an amazing collection for masculine layouts. So I hope you all have a wonderful start to 2023. As I said before, my goal is to get in here and be crafting more and put up more videos for you guys and be a little bit more consistent than I was in 2022. I'm really hoping I can follow through, and I hope you guys will join me along the way. Hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.